All right. This is it. This is it, y'all. The last one under Empowerment Holistic Counseling. And I share this, not to say again that the content, the weekly doses will still come, the doses of empowerment. It's just gonna be a whole bunch of other stuff. And I'm super excited about what's coming on the other side of this video. But without further delay, right? I shared how you got to notice the impact. You got to first you got to check your perceptions, then you got to check the voices, then you got to notice the impact, then you got to identify your response, then you got to redefine. And this time, this is a bonus key. I said in the end of the last video, it's more of a cautionary tale, but I share this because I need you to understand that there will be some shifts in your relationships. Okay, what are these shifts? What I'm saying is, when 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 changes happen within relationships, that can come as a result of no longer avoiding challenges, cultivating the soil of your heart and your mind, and facing and overcoming challenges. So the shifts happen in response to the things that you're doing. Okay, excuse me, I got something in my eye, but I'm gonna keep recording this. Right. So as things as you begin to change, as you begin to unlock and you become different, and people start experiencing you different because your mind and your heart, that soil is cultivated differently. You're no longer allowing people to just speak into your life like that anymore. You're no longer just accepting what people say out of their mouths, and then you confront them and you tell them, I'm not going to let you talk to me like that, right? Those seeds, those voices, that stuff can create shifts and ripples, and you got to understand that. Okay, if when you understand that not everyone will enjoy the new you, you make peace with it. Make peace with it. I'm encouraging you to make peace with it, because in that sense, if you don't make peace with it, and and you start noticing that people are responding to you differently or doing differently with you, handling you differently, avoiding you, now they become the they be you become the person to be avoided. You will be okay with that, and you will not discontinue your journey, right? Because this is a journey. I'm not saying that once you unlock, you will never. Remember, we're redefining. So we're looking at challenges as opportunities for growth. We're not looking at challenges as things that prevent us from. And if you remember the last video, that was the thing that I had struggled with. I saw the challenges as preventing me from something, as opposed to showing me something about myself that I needed to do, right? So, what do you do? What do you do? Right? When you notice beforehand, so let me back up a little bit. When you notice beforehand, you're going to stay, you're going to keep your face like a flint. You're going to understand that, okay, people are going to shift and all of that stuff. Now, at this point, it is about noticing which relationships shift. Now, should they start going downhill, you want to ask yourself. I'm going to give you three things that you want to ask yourself. What is the value of the relationship to you? What would happen? That's the worst case scenario. If you were to let that go, if you were to let that relationship go. And then you want to also think about what other outcomes or avenues could this relationship take. And it's not to say that the shifts are permanent. Some people just, sometimes people might be a little bit skeptical of this new you, right? And so, but they're willing to support once they see consistency. The other part is, you don't have to cut people out, but they understand that now they have to deal with you differently. And that might, again, it might create a shift in how y'all interact. You may have once been really close, but one deviation on your part create and them not want and them wanting to stay the same means that you grow apart a little bit. That's fine, right? It's the equivalent of, when you have a best friend in high school, and then y'all go to separate colleges and you begin to grow apart. Doesn't mean that the relationship wasn't valuable. It's just run its course. And sometimes we spend too much time trying to keep everybody in our lives that were a part of our lives, that we don't live our lives. Let me say that again. A lot of the times we spend time trying to keep people in our lives that no longer that no longer benefit our lives, that we are no longer living our lives. So we stop living because we want to maintain a connection with a person. We stop going forward in life because we want to maintain a touch point with some people in our past. Hopefully that helps y'all. Notice the shifts. Again, it's not saying that you go run ramshot and just cut people off for no reason, but being willing to sacrifice a relationship, or understand that it could potentially shift, and it might not be as close as you once were. You become okay with that, and you continue to do you, because it's about you constantly improving. All right. That's it for this. Remember, like, subscribe. You're going to be on the precipice of the new stuff that's going to be coming out. Again, I'm incorporating a whole bunch of other things, from financial, spiritual, of course, the mental, the physical, and a lot of other things that is going to come under the new umbrella, the new branding, as Empowered Training and Consultation. So thank you for sticking with me. Be sure to like, subscribe, and you will get all of the fresh content after this, and you'll continue to get the content, and you'll have access to all this other stuff, because it's not going anywhere. I'm not taking it down. You'll just see a new evolution of the channel. So take care, and I look forward to seeing you around. All right. And also comment too. Like, if there's some things that you want me to talk about, you want my take on, you kind of like what I'm putting in the atmosphere, and there's some value for you, and you say, hey, I value what you say, your thoughts on something, and I would like to know this, please, by all means, drop a comment. Okay. Drop a comment in the chat, and we'll go there. We'll go from there. All right. Take care, and I'll see you next time.